And
Live.
and with that sip of water, we are live. And what a day to be live! What an achievement by this Indian team! What
What
a
a day
run
to be
chase!
alive, bro.
What a
With the
match!
life.
I can
My
keep saying
God.
water, and it's just been what a
What a
fabulous,
wow.
fabulous day.
What a wow.
What a wow. And from
Man,
what a
so
wow, I'll just first of all introduce the panel here. Of course, we've got Atul, Pratnesh, and Anurag, the OGs, the regulars of our live sessions. Atul, your prediction eventually did not come true, but I don't think even
That
you
is the
care
best
about that
thing.
anymore.
That is the best thing that could have happened. My prediction going down as the most.
अतुल यार तू टी शर्ट चेंज कर ले भाई ये ऑस्ट्रेलिया वाले टी शर्ट
Kushal,
लग रहा है
a
Yeah,
special
I'll come
shout
to you.
out,
I'll come to
a
you,
special
Anurag,
shout
first.
out to Siddharth. A
Yeah.
special shout out to Siddharth Regie. He was a part of our preview of the Test series preview.
Yeah.
When all the panelists said 3-0, 4-0, Siddharth said it will be 2-1 to India. I mean,
Yes.
Siddharth, if I could find you right now, I'll hug you to death. Like I'll hug you so
Come to
tight.
Delhi.
I'll hug you so tight right now. I can't even
Siddharth,
tell
I'm
you.
coming to meet you
Thank you
today
so
evening,
much.
man.
Yeah, this is absolutely
Okay.
unfucking
That,
believable.
that aside, Anurag, we know you got to push very soon.
Yeah.
Just your reaction to this bloody crazy, absolutely epic match, which I can scarcely believe कि ये match हुआ है यार. मतलब
Yeah.
यार अनुराग, कल कितने स्टैट्स बोले थे तूने? 300 नहीं बनाए किसी ने एक दिन में. पिच में demons थे. There were cracks in the pitch. Cheteshwar Pujara was hit on the body / his helmet, I think 11 or 12 times.
My goodness.
कुशाग्र
Yes.
पिच के
And that
demons पता कब दिखे थे?
finger injury.
Sir,
पिच के
जब टिम पेन ने बॉल छोड़ी टिम पेन ने जब बॉल छोड़ी
जब लेवन की बॉल लेग स्पिन कर गई थी वॉशिंगटन
cracks हुआ कि उल्टी गई. मतलब unbelievable.
Guys, I think the team is just about lifting the trophy right now.
Oh
that
God,
is
shit.
absolutely
Well, I'm
beautiful.
definitely going to watch that on repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the
What
most
a day. What a day to be alive. What a day to be witnessing all of this.
Well
Absolutely
done,
fantastic.
India. Well done to this Indian team. I am so happy that now we're winning hearts and matches as well.
Yeah.
yes.
The moment the flag. Yeah.
Mahi
Man.
says the moment the Indian flag was held by Rishabh, man. I agree with you, Mahi, and I did that yesterday as well. I think this is the first comment I've ever read from you. So please do like, share, and subscribe. Dhum tana na 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 na. आज team को रोटी salute बनता है. Of course,
Man, if today
but yeah, I mean,
if today was the day I realized I don't need to go to a heart doctor because my heart can take this. This
I
was
don't know, man. I don't think my
You
heart
just
can.
about you just about took it like it's
Yeah.
by the barest of margins
भाई
as
मुझे
Ian
2
Smith
विकेट
said.
गिने ना बाद में लास्ट में.
Yeah,
Yeah.
शार्दुल और शार्दुल का, और प्लस वो ऋषभ वाला जो स्काई
Oh damn, that was
Kushag.
crazy.
Kushagra, do you remember me coming for just 2 minutes yesterday and commenting that India might get this in Fergie time?
Yeah. Oh Lord, what is this nonsense? Okay, oh God, Varun's comments. I think my I think I'm just way too over around the place to actually assimilate what has happened. मतलब यार सच में नहीं सोचा था ये होगा. Last एक घंटा
Kushagra just taking
what a freaking victory. Sorry.
Just taking one of the comment here, Shivam has asked me to throw that yellow color in the dustbin. Shivam, that yellow color signifies all the shit thrown at us throughout the series, and I'm just going to keep it here to show everyone, okay, we've been through this.
Yeah. What a
Yeah.
freaking victory. No words to experience this epic, amazing
Yeah.
test cricket match. Yeah, Varun, I mean, what
A new
day.
era for the Australian cricket team where they lose
Yeah.
2 series to India in Australia. Yeah.
Back to back. The first team since South Africa to go and win test series in Australia back to back. First team in 100 runs. This is the highest successful run chase by India, in Australia, of course. And I mean, the records I can keep listing down records. Rishabh Pant today became the fastest wicketkeeper batsman to get to 1,000 runs.
Yeah.
He broke Mahendra Singh Dhoni's record by something like 8 innings or something
8
on those
innings, yeah.
lines. Yeah, so
And
Cheteshwar Pujara, once again, hats off. I'll come to Shubman Gill, but hats off to Cheteshwar Pujara. Sir Pujara, you were the cog around whom the entire Indian team wheel actually rotated. You were the cog, and thank you so much. Because had you not played out the 200, 250 odd balls, because I think he's gotten close to 1,000 deliveries again in this Test series as well. So absolutely fantastic by this Indian cricket team.
Kushagar, can you just play Siddharth's comment? Can you just play Siddharth's next
Kushagar?
comment?
I'll do that after
Yeah.
Atul saying something. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the only footage you're going to get here, Pat Cummins, your 5 seconds. Bro, you bowled amazingly, but now go and cry with the whole team.
मैं also
That's it. That is all the footage
वो
you're getting.
चेतेश्वर पुजारा आउट नहीं था. मैं रोना धोना नहीं मचाना चाहता, बट कितना सड़ा डिसीजन था. I'm happy Bruce Oxenford is retiring, bro. I'm happy. We don't have to see him again. I hope the other two as well. Anurag, the other two as well. I hope these two don't get test matches anytime soon. The third umpire and the second umpire.
Paul Rifle and Paul Wilson.
The Paul company.
Paul Wilson.
Paul Rifle and Paul Wilson.
Paul Wilson, Paul Rifle and his doppelganger, basically.
Bro, all of them, they can go to the top of the Gabba, they can jump from there. I couldn't care less right now. Because, what matters to me is, what all did we speak yesterday? 300 runs not scored once in the series in a day. Gabba not breached for 30 years. No Virat Kohli, no senior players, no Bumrah, no whatever player we wanted to mention. Rishabh Pant stepped up. My goodness, Cheteshwar Pujara absolutely battled today. Like I know, I've mentioned this twice. I think in one of my posts and in one of our WhatsApp groups as well. We use the word battle so easily. We use the word battle scars and all of this so easily. He had those battle scars today that will stick with him for years. He has so many stories to tell his grandchildren because those scars will tell those stories. So beautiful indeed.
Playing Imagine Dragons battle cry in the background.
Oh God, this is all those people who doubted that this team could do anything, including myself, including Prathamesh, including so many people who joined the review. I think we couldn't care less that we predicted something else. We are so happy. This is one of those places where we are so happy to be corrected. We are so happy to be proven wrong. We are so happy that Rishabh Pant got to score that winning run. Had it been Harsha Bhogle describing that could have been more apt, but we had to listen to Sanjay Manjrekar, which is fine. I'll take that, no problem.
Adding a name to the list.
Yeah.
Adding a name to the list, Shubman Gill. Boys.
Yeah.
Boys.
I think, after that 1 hour phase in today's play, once we, what do you say? Australians started bowling those shorter ones a little more lethally. In the first 1 hour, they did not bowl as many. Once they started bowling the shorter ones, I think the turning point of the day, the moment when we actually started playing for a win, was when those short balls started and Australians overdid it. Shubman Gill kept going for the pull despite the deep fielders being there. It was not precisely a deep fielder, was it? Like there was one fielder a little forward. There was one fielder at the back. They tried everything they could. Shubman cut them over the point fielders. He pulled them over fine leg. He did everything possible. This, I was too small to understand the importance of 2011. This will remain with me for the rest of my life. This is unbelievable.
Man, कोई लंबा fielder भी रख लेते यार. Like Marcus Harris, the shortest guy in the entire country, maybe. And they kept him there.
Entire country, भाई तू तो इतना अलग ही level बेइज्जती कर दिया.
यार, what was he? And guys, I just want to go to one of Siddharth's comments where
I'm gonna come to the comments. Your reaction first, and we'll go do all the comments.
Yeah.
Your reaction.
So
what
Siddharth,
a morning. Especially since Sharma ji ka beta went home early, and honestly, whatever said and done, मेरी hopes उसी से थी. And again, once again,
boys,
I will not blame him. I will not say कि उसने wicket फेंका. Felt it was a good ball.
Boys, the segment where you bash me for my prediction, absolutely fine. I'd love to have that. I asked Anurag for it. That will be lovely.
I think I don't think anyone threw their wicket away today. I think they lost the merit of the ball.
Even Mayank Agarwal, I felt like because that was the
Okay, that was
attitude
one
of
maybe
the
Washington Sundar, but no one cares. I think by that time it was
Yeah,
already done, so it doesn't really matter what he did.
exactly.
I
Washington
think
Our
Sundar
poor guy
gets the
in
shot of the day.
I think that good shot for
Washington
Yeah,
Sundar,
until that,
yes.
until that moment,
that was
it
the
was
shot
like
of the
that.
day.
आपको IPL में याद है? I don't want to bring an IPL reference here, but in the 2014 final when Piyush Chawla hit a six of Mitchell Johnson,
Mitchell Johnson.
Yeah,
it was a bit like that. Entire momentum changed. Then we got a boundary. Then Rishabh Pant scored two more boundaries. It was like that was when I think even the required rate was around about 7 at that point.
yeah,
Those
yeah, yeah.
boundaries. And then that legendary leg spinner from Leon, which I'll remember for the rest of my life. All of this, I think we have Subhajit
Yeah,
with us
Shubhajit
right
Wait a
now.
minute.
is there.
Pratnesh, I'll come to
Hello,
you.
Subhajit.
Hello, guys.
Hi, Subhajit.
Oh God.
What a
I'm
Imagine
what a
the
what a
conversation
day,
we
what
had
a
yesterday,
time we
Subhajit,
are
and
alive.
what has happened today.
I absolutely am. I'm short of words to describe this. I was on Twitter. Twitter was where I was releasing everything, and I mean, it really, uh, I mean, this has to be India's greatest win of all time. I mean, this is,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
and for us fans, I mean, this is the moment. I would say. I
yeah,
mean, absolutely, and I
Well
mean,
thought.
and it kept swinging like a pendulum. I mean, just the moment like you were like getting ready to celebrate, then Washington Sundar gets out, then Shardul Thakur comes, then that bound, then there's another that quick two runs. Next ball, he's
yeah.
out. Incredible, and yeah.
Unbelievable. And Pratnesh, just so that you could finish off your reaction, uh, from the very start, you lose Rohit Sharma, but
Yeah.
how bloody brilliant was Shubman Gill? We've spoken
He
a
was
bit
very,
about Pujara, but
yeah,
Shubman Gill,
yeah,
so
Yeah,
so so
and one more thing.
patent in his
For once,
defensive.
I didn't mind Rohit Sharma getting out because he got out to a good ball.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
once,
I
Thank,
mean,
thank
I
God
am
we
not
have,
going to
thank
hold
God we
it
have
against
ended that. Yeah,
him.
thank God we have
I
ended that
couldn't care about
discussion.
anyone's
But
decision today.
but I will be honest. When Rohit got out, my initial reaction was I closed my laptop, went back to sleep. After 25-30 minutes, my mom woke me up saying that Shubman's playing well. So I decided to give it a go. Man, it is just it's incredible how Shubman Gill started his test career at Sydney. So it was
Melbourne, right?
incredible there. Melbourne, sorry.
Yeah,
Man, I'm just too much
yeah,
thoughts in my
it's,
head.
we get
So
that, bro.
yeah, and after that to be here on day five on a pitch which obviously has demons. You have just lost the batsman who you think is going to win you a test match. You're with Cheteshwar Pujara, who you know is going to take his first 100 balls for a maximum of 20-25 runs. So a lot of pressure was on Gill to be the run scorer, and he did that to his credit. He played out the deliveries which he should not have touched, and the other guys he just it was just incredibly beautiful to watch him tackle the short ball. Obviously, the shot which he played, which I genuinely liked, was that uppercut which played above the slips,
Yeah,
and
six.
that was just something else. I think Pujara also played a couple of shots that were beautiful to
Yes.
watch, and Shubman just changed the entire. I think the whole country who was believing on Rohit suddenly shifted their hopes to Shubman, and he's playing his third Test match, and that shows the class of the player. That shows that he has it in him to win Test matches for India. And for me, it was just man incredible. I mean, Sid, you were the only guy who predicted that it was going to be 2-1,
Yeah, Siddharth. Yeah,
and
and
Subhajit,
like,
if you
just
remember,
before
there
that,
was this one guy
I'd
in the
like, I'd
panel
like to
who
take
said,
this comment. Pratnesh has
Subhajit, if you
spoken about this
remember,
comment.
when you joined for the preview, there was this one guy who said we'll win 2-1, and I'm being too optimistic. that's
yeah,
And
that's
we've done it. And this is the guy, Siddharth.
he's been asking
yeah,
for the promo
He's
for
asking,
minutes
where
now.
is his promo,
yeah,
Anurag?
yeah.
There will be a
Sid,
promo very soon.
Sid, we have been friends for
Before
10 years
I
now. Yeah,
before I quit, just one last comment from my side before I quit. I have to run
yeah,
to for
yeah,
something else. So there were so many people talking about the temperament of Pant.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think just a temperament to not slog blindly today.
yeah,
Every time he slogged, he took his chances when he knew he could optimize optimize whatever was at store for him. And
Yeah.
every shot he played it with great confidence. I remember that one specific moment against Nathan Lyon where there was just 2-3 overs of phase when Payne had a deep fielder for 4 deliveries, and for the last 2 deliveries he used to bring
Yeah,
longer
it was
long.
long one up. Yeah.
He used to call it wide, and that was the moment when Payne almost worked that because Pant missed it, and there was a stumping chance
Yeah.
missed. But the next over, Nick Knight was telling, "Oh my God, Pant! I'm sure Pant must have realized by how much the ball was turning, he'll definitely not go for over long on." And he
Yeah.
comes down the track, smashes one over long on for
Smashes over
six.
long one.
That is Rishabh Pant in a nutshell. Every
Yeah.
time you say you can't do this, one of the things running in his mind is, yes, I will try and do this, and he's done that today. I'm so proud of the guy. I think this
And
is
yeah,
one of the great
this is
moments
his
of his career.
this is his
And
day.
yesterday, if you remember, there was this comment. Agarkar did took a 6 wicket haul back in Adelaide at
Who is
Yes,
going to
ODI.
be our
Dhoni.
Agarkar?
Siraj was that for us, and Pant did a Dravid. It's just so fabulous.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful session. I'm quitting for now. Bye, Savajit.
Yeah.
Bye, Atul. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye, bye man, bye.
Bye, man, Anurag. And just to finish off on my reaction, which has been, as hit as Pujara was today. Uh, I genuinely, I mean, I've been friends with Sid for 10 years, and in those 10 years, I've never thought that I would be so happy with this guy ever in my life like I am today. I mean, wherever you are, Sid, I know you're busy working on, but this week for sure you deserve a Jadoo Ki Jappi for this. It was an incredible performance by the Indian team. There was a point where my dog was sitting next to me, and my dog could literally sense the emotions that I'm going through better than probably I could, because she was she was just staring at me like ये बंदे के साथ क्या हो रहा है आज? Like the guy who is very quiet watching games, and when the goal goes, or if it's a very good shot, then you react, right? This was every ball the person's moving, it's on the edge of the seat. There are different reactions. There's oohs, ahs, and there are yes. So all of that, Test cricket. What a brilliant advertisement for why it is, and it will always be the best format of cricket. It will always be the format of cricket that will define cricketers. It will always be the format of cricket that will define the generations to come ahead. And hats off to Washington Sundar as well. I think he will not receive as much credit in the second innings, which rightly will go to Pujara and Gill and Rishabh Pant as well. But those 20 runs, where India needed almost 7 and over, was crucial. That hit, which went for six, was crucial. And after that, the entire momentum changed. And I just seriously want to ask Michael Vaughan where he is right now, because yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. His team is due to play us very soon. So I'll just take a few comments, guys, and I think there are a couple of
Yeah.
questions in the comments. So I'll keep coming to you guys individually with those questions. Dhoom tana na 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 na. Atul. Atul को काफी प्यार मिल रहा है. Time to cry. Atul prediction. I think Atul will happily cry if that is required.
You
Yeah.
you you
True.
guys do realize the fact that
कि मैं Indian
I
हूँ.
was I was I was I was being practical about things, and this
Yeah.
came out of the box. Let's be honest about it.
Let
We
me
all can
let's be
be.
very honest.
This came out of the box. This came out of the blue. Even none of us
Yeah.
see. We want our team to win, but we were practical. At least I was practical about it.
I said it yesterday. India will win all three sessions. All three sessions we won. All three.
That is true. Though we came very close to giving them the last session, but yeah, Nitin Patel deserves man of the series.
Yeah,
Uh,
I agree with this thing.
yeah, we already read this. Throw that yellow color in the dustbin right away. There are pages. Yes, we
Yeah.
were discussing this yesterday. Please do spam them, Shivam.
Yeah.
Spam those pages.
If
This is a
if
question
I
which
could,
I wish that Indian fans would stop asking. And this is not aimed at you, Vishnu, personally, but this is something I wish we would stop. You'd stop
Yeah.
discussing this because हमने पहले भी discuss किया है. If one person does well, doesn't mean कि दूसरा बंदा या दूसरा बंदी is bad, right? So
Yeah.
give people the
True.
praise in their quarter and do not demean the others because you need to understand सिराज और
as
सैनी को रखने के लिए जितनी गाली कोहली ने खाई है किसी ने नहीं खाई.
किसी ने
as
नहीं
as
खाई.
you
पंत को
as you
बार
as
बार
you
बार
say
बार
this,
ध्यान देना.
Kushagra, as you say this, Virat Kohli has just uploaded a picture celebrating the victory of the team.
Bro, he's the captain. वो कहते हैं ना सुभजीत, तो कैसे थे, घर का मुखिया खुशी होता है, आपकी कितनी भी क्या बोलते हैं, फसल कितनी भी कटे, घर का मुखिया तो खुशी होगा, क्यों सुभजीत? could you get me there?
Sorry, I lost you.
Yeah, I was
I
saying, leader of the house would be happy regardless of whoever has contributed, and whatever the victory margin has been. As Atul showed us that Virat has
Yeah.
tweeted or put out a picture on Insta as well. So just this particular question, not to go against Vishnu personally, but he's not the only one who's going to ask this question now,
Yeah.
is it?
see, this is everybody is asking you. Even some of the eminent journalists are also asking the question that they have always backed. I don't know. There is a hatred in the mainstream media against Virat that I have been seeing of late for the ever since the England tour, even before in the South Africa tour. Whatever Virat
Yeah.
Kohli does, whatever Ravi Shastri does. So obviously now all the victory credit, nothing goes to Ravi Shastri. Everything goes to Ajinkya Rahane, who I believe has
Yeah.
led the team brilliantly. But of course,
Brilliantly. Yeah.
this is Virat Kohli's team. I mean, when Adam Gilchrist came and won you that Nagpur test in India, which was an unthinkable thing
Exactly.
for Australia. I mean, Ricky Ponting replaced him in the next test, or even when Rahul Dravid won the test match at Multan. Once Ganguly was back, he was leading the side. So I mean, see, personally speaking, I think Ajinkya Rahane has led the team fabulously. Some of the decision making of late, you see, Kohli at times, especially in limited overs cricket, tend to see him follow certain template. But
Yeah.
the refreshing part about Rahane's captaincy was, he wanted to experiment. But
Yeah.
then, like you mentioned, like jitni gali Virat Kohli ne khai hogi, Saini ko,
Siraj,
Siraj,
Siraj.
there
Pant.
were, there were comments like when Siraj was picked for the Indian team. I mean,
RCB quota.
कितने कमेंट्स थे कि साइनी अच्छा वो अपना आरसीबी के प्लेयर्स को लेके आ रहा है एंड
Washington Sundar.
Washington Sundar. Yeah.
exactly. I mean, there was so. I mean, this is what I mean, at the end of the day, it's. I mean, Rahane is also a part of the leadership group. So
Yeah.
if Virat Kohli himself decides कि यार चलो मैंने 6 साल कैप्टनसी कर ली है, ये हुआ है, let me focus the next half of my next 4-5 years of my career batting, and
Batting.
it's to pass on the baton. uh, you know that would be his decision, but until and unless that happens, I don't see
Yeah.
Rahane name the captain. And probably I think Virat Kohli right now would be eyeing the World Test Championship title, and
Yeah, of course.
that because everybody we keep speaking about Virat Kohli not having a ICC shield in his cabinet and how he is. So that is
He
something
can
that
get two this year.
he can do
Yeah.
that this after that probably, and this is not the right time, I would say that.
Yeah.
And honestly speaking, India में जब matches होंगे अभी इंग्लैंड के साथ, it doesn't really matter whoever captains.
Yeah.
He can actually.
Man.
You just need a fit opponent. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I was
Yeah.
I was probably the only one today who was multitasking because of basketball also. But I posted on my Facebook about the basketball game, and people are like, "Who? No one cares. Don't post about this. Just talk about the Indian game." And I was like, "Wow, this is cricket, right? This is Test cricket at its very best. When everyone can, even when your bosses can be as good to say कि भाई आज थोड़ा टाइम रेस्ट कर लो और मैच देखो, मैं भी तुम्हारे साथ में देखूंगा." That is probably
Yeah.
what Test cricket was today.
Kushag,
Atul,
Kushag,
could you answer this
just
question?
uh,
Wonder where
maybe
why he's asking.
he might be mincing his words for the England series now, if I'm not wrong.
He has tweeted by the way, Michael Vaughan.
He has. Okay.
He is
Kushag, Kushagra, I wanted to add to what Suvajit and you said. Just a point. Like we need to give the credit to the captains where it's due. When MSD
Yeah.
had Jadeja and Rohit in the team, people criticized him a lot at the start.
Yeah.
But then these are two of your most valuable players in the team right now. Same
Yeah.
goes for Kohli, and he picked these guys, showed faith in them, and they're proving it at the topmost level. So maybe if they're seeing something in those players, we should trust the captain at that very point of time.
Yeah, of course. Of course. And Sujit, you were mentioning about Michael Vaughan's tweet.
So yeah, Michael Vaughan has said that this goes down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Test victory of all time. Egg on my
Hmm.
face over here in UK.
ठीक है,
I hope.
takes a big
I
man,
hope.
takes a
Good
big man
sport.
to accept it.
Yeah.
Good sport. Good sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think he'll be making any predictions with respect to the England series. Let's just wait and watch what happens. Rohan says throughout you made fun of me, oh Rohan and all. So basically, Subhajit, we're calling our blood group says O positive as O Rohan because Rohan was that positive all throughout the series. Now, what will you say about Pant? उसकी पॉजिटिविटी तो कुछ अलग ही है भाई. Yeah, man, Rishabh Pant is trending.
Hats off, man. Hats
Rishabh
off.
Pant and Ricky Ponting picture trending. The picture you were talking about. and the oops, I did it again that I also mentioned yesterday. That has to be on repeat today. Masoom says this was the third time Pujara had not scored boundary of his first 100 balls faced. His first boundary of 148th ball in Adelaide and 101st ball in Sydney and 103rd ball at the Gabba. Atul, just a brief word on Pujara's vigil यार. मतलब बंदे ने 11-12 बार अपनी बॉडी स्लैश हेलमेट पे बॉल खाई. एक तो जो even Anurag was mentioning the one ball that hit him on the
Yeah.
feet. You saw him
Dancing.
literally rise in pain because Pujara is not someone जो emotions दिखाते हैं generally. He likes to keep it all bottled in. He doesn't want to give the opposition bowlers the satisfaction of them knowing it has hurt him. But
Yeah.
the man just stood there. वो कहते हैं ना एकदम खटिया बिछा के बैठ गए थे. कर लो जो करना है.
He's the kind of a guy who will probably take 10 more on the body if it's to save a test match for the country. That's how he has been throughout his career. And it just shows. And people who criticize him like a week ago might now realize, okay, the importance
ये
of that
Pujara है.
match in this setup and in this team.
Yeah. And Sujit, just a very very poignant point. मुझे सुबह भी मैसेजेस आ रहे थे क्या कर रहा है पुजारा लंच पे ना जब पुजारा वाज 8 of 94 balls.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
क्या कर रहा है पुजारा क्या कर रहा है. And I was at pains to try to tell people भाई बगल में देखो कौन खेल रहा है. देखो शुभमन वो वहां चौके छक्के मारे जाए तुम्हें दोनों ही साइड से चौके छक्के नहीं चाहिए यार. तुम 300 ही चेस कर रहे हो 600 नहीं चेस कर रहे हो 90 ओवर में. मतलब I really hope for the rest of the time the Pujara plays and beyond that as well. I hope we as fans are do understand and do respect the fact that what he brings to this particular batting lineup. Today he has crossed into the top 10 all-time run getters for India. That's not a shoddy list. You see the names on that list. So I mean, just a word on Pujara and his just sheer determination and guts throughout the day.
People have, I mean, honestly speaking, personally, if I say I've started enjoying watching Pujara. I mean, this
Yeah,
kind
मुझे
of,
मजा आता है.
this kind of concentration. I mean, a bowler coming in, hurling in at like 1995 an hour in the heat, matlab, in all kinds of conditions, and you are waiting for the batsman to make a mistake, probably go and
Yeah.
poke the ball outside off stump, and all you get is he's just leaving the ball, or he'll
Yeah.
just come dead bat you. I mean, imagine the morale of the
Frustration.
bowler.
Yeah.
I mean, tirelessly. I mean, yeah, but क्या हो रहा था कि because see, I mean, I believe with all the fans, what was happening in the morning, they were not कि draw के लिए मतलब draw के लिए खेल रहे हैं, जीतने के लिए खेल रहे हैं. मतलब what is the approach? I mean, so but then अगर अभी बैठ के in hindsight when we are analyzing the match, if we see
Perfect game plan था.
because knock was very very important because that is that knock ensured that the match ran till
Yeah.
and again if you see even Pujara at new ball के 4-5-6 ओवर होने के बाद जो हमने यहाँ पे भी देखा था सिडनी में भी देखा था he himself would have gone for the win and we know I
Yeah.
mean in आएगा इंडिया में you will see a very different Pujara. I mean, you'll see him scoring at a strike rate of 55-60, which I
Yeah.
mean, at a strike rate to what probably a Rohit or a Virat would do. So it's so I think yeah, Pujara's knock was very 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 important. And मैंने कल ऐसे predict किया था. I mean, मैंने शायद tweet किया था या कुछ किया था कि I see Pujara playing 250 balls today and scoring 80, and the rest of the team batting. So that was an
Around it.
optimistic. But considering the runs he scored, I mean, his strike rate was even lower.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, we all are happy, and I mean, he played his part.
Yes.
And important.
Yeah, Masum's comment on the strike rate as well here, guys. Pujara before lunch strike rate was 8.88. Pujara after lunch strike rate was
Yeah.
52.38. That's an improvement of 489%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it really is. Also,
Yeah.
what I'd like to ask, some of our fans is, यार, उन्होंने क्या कोई नई ट्रॉफी देना शुरू की है कि बेस्ट स्ट्राइक रेट चैंपियन एवर? ऐसी कोई ट्रॉफी मिलती है कुछ? इज देयर अ स्पेशल पॉइंट
No.
सिस्टम इन वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप फॉर बेस्ट स्ट्राइक रेट एवर? बिकॉज जहां तक
No.
मैं जानता हूँ, सीरीज तो हम 2-1 जीते हैं. Did it matter
Yeah.
whether I was scoring at 8 or I'm not talking to Masoom in particular, whether he scored at 8 ka strike rate or whether it was 0.8? As long as India won, I think that's the bottom line, isn't it? So yeah.
Yeah.
20 runs from Mitchell Stark's 12th over. That's the most expensive he's bowled in Test cricket. Mitchell Stark looked off color. Maybe I don't know about
Yeah.
that hamstring injury, but he did look off color. And I just felt
Yeah.
that Australian bowlers, after the first, I think Atul and Anurag both were right. After the first 40-45 minutes, even though they had gotten the wicket of Rohit Sharma, initially they were bowling a good line to Shubman Gill as well, fourth, fifth stump line, trying to get him to induce the edge. And he did play and miss a couple of times. But then I don't know, they flicked the switch. Jesse Pujara crease by, they just kept on going for the body. You
Yeah.
basically negate a lot of methods of batsmen getting out by just continuously peppering the body.
Did you guys hear Shane Warne on the commentary?
Yeah.
Because after the comment that he made that rip off Pujara's helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who conveyed that message to them? Because after he made that comment, शायद उसके बाद next over से ही they started this मतलब ये strategy चालू हुआ. And I was pretty much miffed with. Did you see the reaction of Josh Hazelwood after he hit him on the head?
Yes.
I mean, he
Yes.
said
Yeah.
a few words, and I mean, I was like pretty
I-
disappointed, and it seemed like all
Vijit-
the talk went down the flush.
Yeah.
or on our group, right? On our little WhatsApp group for the Sports Domain and the Express Sport, we have a combined WhatsApp group. I said, हेजलवुड जैसे लोग जो बच्चे होते थे ना स्कूल में, उनके ऊपर चद्दर डाल के पिटाई की जाती थी. मतलब ऐसा होता था कि मेरे स्कूल में तो एक पे चद्दर डालता और दे दमादम लात पड़ती इसको. Because the thing is, it was very evident he was going to hit Pujara. It was very evident that he was going to hit Pujara. And I go back to that first warm-up match all over again. Jasprit Bumrah hits a shot, it hits Cam Green, and
Yeah.
Mohammad Siraj, no safety of his own stumps, wicket, run out, whatever, leaves the bat, runs over to Cam Green to see how Cam Green is. That is the attitude shift that we've seen. It's not
Yeah.
just that we've beaten this team. We've trounced them, we've reduced them to almost tears. In the end, I felt Nathan Lyle will start crying on the pitch or something like
Yeah.
that. What was
Yeah.
satisfied, what gave me most satisfaction was the Aussies didn't even celebrate the last 2 wickets. They knew it was over. And
Yeah.
that's इतना मतलब अंदर से ना इतना satisfaction मिला था उस बात को देख के बस.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kushagra, the whole team has signed a jersey and handed it to Nathan Lyon for his 100 tests. What a fitting 100 test, and nice gesture from the whole team, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a nice gesture.
398
Yeah.
and counting.
I think it's 399, whatever it is, 398,
Whatever it
399.
is.
Yeah,
Man.
you didn't reach,
That would be
reach
the
400 mark. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the most beautiful and taunting gift ever. But
Yeah.
I feel Kushagra, two things that out of this entire test match, which I realized kind of that how is this not intimidatory bowling to bowl 79% balls short over a 10
Yeah.
over spell? How is that not intimidatory bowling? And 79 में से चलो 50% भी अगर इधर तक पहुंच रहे तो it is intimidatory bowling. यार तुम नटराजन को डाल रहे थे उस हिसाब से. नटराजन was literally scared for his life. And Australians are not sporty cricketers. You saw the ball which Hazelwood bowled just before Rishabh Pant hit that winning boundary. Leg stump के बाहर उधर दूर कहीं तो डाल दिया था. I know
यार
you're
लायन
allowed to bowl that.
लायन ने 60% of his balls to ऋषभ पंत 8th या
Yeah.
9th स्टंप पे डाली ऑफ साइड पे. क्या भाई मारने की
Exactly.
कोशिश कर. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू
यार,
गेट यू आउट. वो तू अगर तू
exactly.
वहां से एज मार देगा, वो जो शॉट क्या बोलते हैं, गली में चली जाए, कहीं चली जाए, उड़ के पॉइंट पे चली जाए
Yeah.
तो आउट.
Yeah, and a special mention to our physio Patel bhai. I had the fortune to.
Oh, lovely.
Oh yes, there we are, top of the league.
India top with
Man.
71.1%.
Yeah,
And Sujit, that's
So-
that's a beautiful stat for you as to
that's the
segue into
beautiful
that.
stat. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Nitin Patel, I've just seen him once in my life, like this distance away, and I was like, okay, this is the guy. But if I see him ever again in my life, मैं उसके पैर पड़ूंगा भाई, because he has kept this last test match में especially, and I'm pretty sure he's run more in the entire series than anyone in that coaching unit has.
Yeah, of
But
course.
man, that guy has just been magnificent to keep. First of all, Navdeep Saini came out to bowl, which is a huge plus. That shows how quickly Indian team is doing. I think their back end work, and also he's not just someone who has been there for a few years. He's been there for a long time, and he's probably seen this dynamic change himself within the players, and to adjust to players like Rishabh Pant, who wanted to play in spite of his issue with his arm. You could see in the while he was keeping, he had a huge plaster, like that black color plaster or something on his hand. So to manage all that, to manage the fact that Ashwin was in a state where he couldn't play and yet he batted, it needs a lot of good work from the physio. And hats off to
Yeah,
पटेल भाई, मतलब आज तो आपने अंबानी से भी बड़ा पैसा कमाया है, वो है सबसे सबसे प्यार, सबसे ज्यादा प्यार आपको मिलेगा अभी. That is the
yeah.
best money you can ever earn in life.
I'll quickly go through a few more comments. There are a lot of them piling up.
Yeah,
Masum, this is a comment that's been on for quite a long time. I'll just read it out. Cheteshwar Pujara has faced 2,091 deliveries on the last two test tours of Australia. The only batsman of any nationality to face more deliveries in the last three Australian test summers is Manas Labuschagne, 2,586. Amazing, man. There's another stat about this. Pujara has now faced more deliveries in tests in Australia, 2,557, than Virat Kohli, 2,544 in two fewer matches. Pujara keeps. I
yeah.
think Pujara may not make as many runs as Rahul Dravid, but I think he
Ball
might
तो
just
पक्का
take
खाएगा.
the balls wala world record from Rahul Dravid. You must take that from Rahul Dravid. To win a test match, you need to take 20 wickets, they said. First, they said, we don't have the bowling attack, they said. Eventually, we did that in Australia at Gabba against a full Aussie squad without Bumrah, Shami, Ashwin, Saini. With only the second line of bowlers is the greatest of all achievements. Well done, bowlers. Australia versus India. Suvajit, you mentioned something yesterday that agar ye kar liya, you mean it would actually be next to the World Cup for you as well. And this is something I also mentioned. I also mentioned in the group chat. It's definitely the greatest away test performance by India. Probably one of the greatest away test performances by any team. And for me, it's right there, joint top, because 2001 is an abiding memory in my lifetime. And that is the first time, as a child, I saw the Indian team just turn the tables. And for me, that
Yeah.
Australian team still remains the pinnacle. In the last 20 years, I wasn't around to see the great West Indies teams of the 70s and 80s. But for me, that Australian team remained the benchmark, and what this team has done today is just unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, impact-wise, if you're talking about, I mean, definitely 2001 Eden Gardens and that Chennai test that beating Steve Wow's side was, but then somewhere down the line again, except for, I mean, Anil Kumble was supposed to play a very important part and he was not available, and that's how Harbhajan Singh got
Yeah,
drafted.
Yeah.
So India also had their challenges. There were questions being asked on whether or not Lakshman should play because there was pressure on him, and
you remember
people
Dravid showing his bat to Ian Chappell?
Dravid showing.
Dravid showing his bat to Ian Chappell at Eden Gardens after the century.
I don't exactly recall what was the incident, but yeah, there were a lot
Oh,
of
so
things that.
basically, Ian Chappell had written a column questioning Dravid's intent in Test cricket, in the sense something similar to Pujara. If people are talking about he
Yeah.
only blocks, ye khel nahi pata hai, this and that, and he scored that fantastic century. If you remember, he never really showed that many emotions, but took off his helmet and then he's pointing his bat to the commentary box. If you remember,
True. Yeah. I
yeah,
can recall it now. So yeah, that was special. But this particular win, I would probably say that this has been India's best win. Best
Yeah.
win ever. Best win ever. When I'm saying this, I mean I'm putting it even above something like the 1983 World Cup win, or because you have to understand, like again, you are playing Australia in Australia. Brisbane has been their fort. good teams have come and toured Australia over the past 32 years. Nobody has been able to do it. All the odds were stacked against us. We had five bowlers. I mean, if you don't, Shardul Thakur, you can count him, technically making his debut.
Yeah.
If you leave out that West Indies match. So never ever it had happened that five bowlers who had no zero test experience coming and playing a test and taking 20 wickets, which is a rare phenomena जो पिछले 32 साल में सिर्फ 3 बार हुआ है. This was the
Hmm.
third instance, and doing
Yeah.
that again, you don't have your best you don't have your best bowler. You don't have Bumrah, you don't have Shami, you don't have Ashwin, you don't have Virat Kohli, the only guy who
Umesh.
makes. Yeah, so I mean, I'm talking about the players who are like like a Virat Kohli is your. इसके पहले लोग बोल रहे हैं, like again people who are talking about
50% of your team.
एग्जैक्टली अजिंक्य रहाणे को जो बोल रहे हैं कि कैप्टनसी के इसके लिए why not he should replace Virat Kohli. If you remember, if you go to the if you see the England series, if you go and check the scorecards from the South Africa series, again Virat Kohli was अकेला बैटिंग कर रहा था बेचारा, कोई सपोर्ट नहीं, कुछ नहीं. एक
हाँ.
बैट्समैन अगर सपोर्ट कर दिया होता तो इंडिया would have won the Southampton test, India would have won the Headingley test,
South Africa series.
the Edgbaston test, and even the Cape Town test, the
Yeah.
first test which
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
chasing at 194 or something. We were chasing and कोई मतलब बैट्समैन खड़ा
कोई
नहीं
टिका ही
हुआ.
नहीं.
Yeah, that was this was again, I think ये जो पूरा overseas cycle जो अपना चल रहा था, it was a fitting end. Now these guys are experienced, these guys believe in themselves, and it's just fantastic. I would call this as India's greatest win.
Yeah. Yeah. The comments are piling on, Kushagra. I
Yeah,
feel we
I'll
should-
read them. Atul, can you do me a favor? We can alternate on the comments. I can read one out, you can read one out, because I know I've not given you that much of a chance to speak. So
That's perfectly all right. It's like it's in the emotion, Kushagra. It takes a lot to wipe that grin off our faces, and I think that's perfectly fine at this very moment.
okay. I'll start. You can. I'll keep. You can read every alternate comment if you want. Then if there's a question, then we can go to the other two panelists with the questions. KD, let it go for now. Even after the Pujara decision, we got it done, and these boys have made us so proud. That is what Manish is saying, and Manish wasn't too positive yesterday. Shivam's comment.
Shivam said, "Sharam kar lo thoda Australians. This is not even our B team; it's C team. A team without the captain and leading batsman. Now, what excuses will you give to defend yourself? Last time they were like Smith नहीं है, Warner नहीं है. सही में exactly इस बार क्या क्या बोलेंगे वो
कोहली
लोग?
नहीं था यार, समझा करो, सारे प्लान तो कोहली के लिए बनाए थे इन्होंने.
Brad Haddin.
बेसिकली क्या हुआ, आपने टीम ही बदल दी ना, तो
हाँ.
इन्होंने इनके सारे प्लान्स फेल हो गए, क्योंकि इन्होंने सोचा ही नहीं था कि शुभमन गिल खेलेगा या फिर सैनी और सिराज बॉलिंग कराएंगे या नटराजन खेलना पड़ेगा. वो व्हाट इज वॉशिंगटन सुंदर, हु इज वॉशिंगटन सुंदर?
यार,
Now they
Brad
might
Haddin
remember
said
him
कि-
for a very long time.
Yes. Brad
It's
Haddin said
that-
कि Indians are scared to go to Gabba because Australians have not gone for 32 years. हारे नहीं हम लोग.
Yeah, from Gabba to Abba Jabba. Tim Payne.
Tim Payne can go back and play for Hobart Hurricanes for all he cares.
Oh my God. It's a hat trick for Team India winning Border Gavaskar Trophy. Srikanth says continuous three. Yes. I think this is a fantastic. I want the drink that Ravi Shastri gave the Indian team post Adelaide Test. Yeah, Shivam. It's Ravi Bhai is at the wheel. Tell me how
does it feel?
Yeah, Ravi Bhai is doing fantastic, and Tushar's in the comments there. What do you think of Tim Payne's field on the last day? Basically, his field setting. Also, Mitch Stark not contributing on day 5. Tushar, personally, I felt कि बहुत defensive field था Tim Payne का. I think eventually Tim Payne started going for a draw quite early. The third session था जब 145 I think India required from like 34 or 35 overs. I felt he started going negative right when India needed like 100-120 runs. You had this, and again, I do not understand this concept of you should use a short delivery to, if you're bowling a short delivery, should ideally be a surprise option, right? It should be an option to get you a wicket. If you're constantly peppering the batsman, they're used to the short delivery. So many times we either saw the batsman jumping and getting hit or just simply ducking under the balls.
Yeah.
It's not going to get you wicket.
Nick Knight said this. I mean, Nick Knight usually, a lot of people don't agree with him, but I agreed with him on two comments today. One, that if you're using the short ball for such a long time, एक ball by full डाल दो batsman नहीं हिल पाएगा because you're so mentally adjusted. They were showing the difference
Yeah.
between Shubman Gill in the first session and second session, how Shubman Gill was staying back in the second session. So that was one thing. Secondly, he said that this was the most un-Australian Australian setup, and
True.
I don't know how much I could agree with this because, as I think it was said yesterday, if it was Ricky Ponting, even if it was Steve Smith, I feel Australians would have declared early. But यार
हाँ.
उनके दिमाग में ना Headingley चल रहा था Headingley. All they
तो
could think
सही
of
चल रहा
was
था ना यार, प्रथमेश
हाँ
चल तो सही रहा था. वो
चल
तो रू कर रहे होंगे, 20-25 रन और आ जाते तो शायद ड्रॉ हो जाता.
हाँ
Atul, this should be interesting. Lois, if you could read this out.
The lowest scores by an Indian after 100 balls in a test inning this century. First of all, Hanuma Vihari 6 of 100 balls versus
That's why I said.
Australia.
this
Next
is
one is
Atul's
Pujara
favorite.
100 this series as well. Dravid 16 of 100 versus Australia in 2004. Then it's again Rahul Dravid 16 of 100 balls in 2007. And then it's
And again
Pujara
Pujara.
16 of 100 versus Australia this time around. So three of them have come in this series and other two from Rahul Dravid. That's something that's pretty brilliant what has transpired I
So
think this time around.
with this intent, if we end up winning a series 2-1, I'll
2-1.
take it every.
Yeah. Every day. Every day.
All day, every day. And for all those guys who were saying कि negative था, ये था, वो था, we want the smoke, please. We want the smoke.
Yeah.
Shivam says absolute shit, Tushar. I think
To
he's
Tim Paine's, yeah. To Tim Paine, yeah.
setting. It,
Yeah.
I mean, I won't use such a harsh word, but I felt काफी Tushar, and I agree with you. मतलब felt he conceded the initiative very early.
Yeah.
Because he conceded the initiative very early, it gave the likes of Pant and their Washington Sundar for a period of time. Mayank Agarwal for the few deliveries he was there. It gave them all the opportunity to just free their arms and score some quick runs. Even while जब 40-50 runs were required when he got in Nathan Lyon with the new ball, still it was an in and out field. I don't
Yeah.
understand what you're trying with an in and out field because at best you're still hoping for Rishabh Pant to make a mistake. You're not really inducing the mistake.
Inducing the mistake, yeah.
The delivery which dismissed Shubman Gill was the widest delivery Nathan Lyon has bowled in this innings.
Yeah, exactly why I was flipping tables when Shubman Gill threw his wicket away. I was like, yeah, this was a 100.
I don't
He
even
should
want
have
to.
chased it.
Don't even
He
want
shouldn't
to,
have chased it. Yeah.
think of
I mean,
any negative.
I don't want to say
Yeah.
that way he threw his wicket away, but it was such a disappointment because yeah, the 100 was written. The 100 was written, probably a bigger 100 was written.
I
And
England के against बनाएगा.
Huh?
Shivam agrees with Subhajit and myself, and I guess the two of you as well, up there with the
Yes,
World Cup.
definitely.
Masoom says, in this test, Pujara reaches 500 test runs against Lyon. In the last 20 years of tests, the only batsman to score 500 plus runs against a bowler was Sangakkara against Ajmal. This just,
Yeah.
for all those guys talking about, ये तो pad से खेलता है, ये कितना
Yeah.
tentative लगता है, he looks like, his feet are on fire or something, he's always jumping and hopping around. It's just what an answer riposte it is to people.
So, see, I would just like to add one thing to this. He has finished, he's completed 500 test runs against Lyon. But, most of the talk when Lyon was playing 100 tests, the batsman that Nathan Lyon has dominated. So, Pujara
Yeah.
is, Pujara and Rahane are right at the top. He's dismissed them 10 times in test cricket. But then if you see if he's also scored, Pujara has scored 500 runs against Lyon. So, he's averaging 50 against Lyon.
Yeah.
Higher than his
Doesn't
career
matter.
average, right?
Man. And two brilliant number 3 batsmen in this list. So, hats off.
Yeah.
guys I need to read this. I'm really sorry, but Ashwin has just
sure.
tweeted, good evening from the Gabba. I'm sorry I couldn't play here, but thanks for hosting us and playing some hard cricket during these tough times. We will remember this series forever. At the rate TD Payne 36 Cricket Australia. Ashwin took him to the cleaners.
Oh God!
Come to
Bro,
Gabba, they
Ashwin,
said. This was your fortress. We
at
breached
least
your
everyone
fortress
likes
so
him.
badly. We
नहीं,
breached your
Pratne,
fortress so
at least everyone
badly.
likes him.
At least everyone likes him. He's a nice bloke. He's a nice
Yeah, he's a
bloke.
nice bloke.
A new era for Australian
Lovely
cricket.
man.
There
Lovely
should
man.
be a part two. This may it should be named as Fortress Breach or whatever that goes with it. I will think of a more tacky name by the end of this video. But yeah, they should have a season two. Like they deserve it. It's drama. I can't imagine Justin Langer
You.
throwing everything in the dustbin and then the dustbin falling off and then again he will pick up all the kachra and throw it in the dustbin. That's just basically what his life is right now.
Pratmesh, you're not supposed to call the Australian players kachara, right? Throwing them in the dustbin. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, the Srishti with a comment there. I was giving a paper through the last few hours of the game. Srishti, all the best. We hope your paper went well. Returned to our group chat and got to live the entire thrill of the match vicariously through your updates. Thank you so much, Srishti.
Kushagra,
That means a lot.
Kushagra, that's us at the SCG, day 5.
Yeah, that was at the SPG day 5. Shivaji, just for reference, we were writing our final exam on the day 5 day, and it was like 1 hour to go in the test match, and the exam was for 1 hour too. It was at 11, and we rushed in half an hour, and then we joined the match again. And I asked my dad to put the TV on the highest volume that he possibly could, so that I could hear what was happening outside. It was incredible. Both days, incredible. Yeah.
I'll take
Yeah,
a
so
few
I-
comments and I want a little bit of an opinion on from Subhijit on this particular series and also the fill up it has given to Test cricket back in India
Yeah.
because I felt कि हम लोग we were just doing lip service to the whole concept of Test cricket. हम लोग ढंग से
Yeah.
तो देखते नहीं हैं, follow नहीं करते हैं. Just so that we sound politically correct, हम लोग कह देते हैं Test cricket is best cricket, but it really has shown today, and it really has shown in the past month and a half what this series and this Test cricket has meant to us. Masoom says 23 runs Ajinkya Rahane has scored from his first 20 balls. Is the third most he scored at this stage of his innings in his career, Test career. The records just keep falling.
Yeah. I don't think we can understand the next couple of comments. I feel Shuvajit, no. Yeah,
No, I don't think. I think we'll give
Yeah.
them a miss. I think they're in
Yeah.
Assamese, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rishabh Pant becomes the 7th Indian wicketkeeper to record 1,000 Test runs. His current average is 40.04, is the highest of that group. I think it's slightly higher than 40.04 considering he's not out today.
Now it will be higher. Yeah, now
Yeah.
it will be higher.
43, I believe now.
43, wow.
Yeah.
And also he's become the fastest Indian wicketkeeper to reach 1,000 Test
Yeah.
runs as well. So,
Yeah, yeah.
8 innings faster, as we mentioned earlier, than Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So, really, I mean, the young man is keeping some special elite
And
company.
I can't stop singing that song in my brain. You guys are not allowing me to sing it here, but in my brain, I'm singing that song. We've got Pant.
भाई मासूम थोड़ा आज स्टैट्स आज छोड़ दे आज अभी इमोशंस पर फोकस करते हैं is what I was saying. Mahi says 1 month back India looked down upon their ruins. 1 month later they're staying in a happy palace. Harsha Bhogle is a bloody poet. Okay. I would like to put a copyright claim here. Look down upon their ruins is awfully like what Peter Drury said for that AS Roma
Peter
Barcelona.
Drury, yeah.
But okay, I will give it to Mr. Bhogle. You are a wordsmith. We all can only ever dream to be. So
Yeah.
yes, you are a poet. He is a poet.
Yeah.
Siddharth talking about Pratmesh Sports Doyen would have been terminated had he slept through this. Yes, I think he would have been kicked out of the bloody team.
Man, that would have been incredible.
in 4 innings. Sunil Gavaskar, Shubman Gill. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a list, right?
Wow.
There's something about that SG thing, right?
SG.
Yeah.
And also a bat without a sticker. Where are you sponsors? Where are you?
अभी आएंगे सर.
मैं team batsman का बोल रहा हूँ. I'm looking forward for the sponsors to get to them. Shubman, of course, then Rishabh Pant and Cheteshwar Pujara both play with SG bats. Clearly, they're not sponsored by SG. Even if they are, they cannot be major sponsorships, right? So I'm looking at Rishabh, Cheteshwar Pujara, and of course Shubman. इन तीनों का मुझे लगता है कि कुछ ना कुछ they'll get a batting contract there. We failed to mention Shubman Gill yesterday. We put our focus totally on Rohit and Pant. Sorry for that. Gill is a gem. I am happy that we did because it clearly showed how important Gill was in this particular Test match. And Masoom says Indian batsmen have been hit on the helmet or body 34 times in this series since 2006 when these records began. Only once England in 2014 have more Indian batsmen been hit in a Test series. It's just, yes, the Indian batsmen have shown guts. They've shown a lot of guts in this series. Rishabh Pant has completed 200 plus runs in the Australia for the second consecutive Test series in Tests. Both times he has had a 50 plus average. I think he loves playing in Australia. I think
Masum, the last time he scored 157 in one inning only. Like that. If you think of it.
His lowest score is 23. His lowest score is 23. Rishabh
the
Pant.
last innings one, right? In the previous innings?
That is the only innings he didn't score 25 in the 12-13 innings that he has played. Which is incredible.
Beautiful. Incredible. And Subhajit, I think Australian pitches, though, like it seems like the tailor made for him. He's just so fantastic on that Australian leg of the journey. Yeah. Manish says if there's any way one can collect the grit and determination of these boys and put it in a bottle, it will sell for a fortune. Just cannot hold back my tears of happiness. Yeah, man. Like I was on my knees, almost about to shed a tear and all when Pant hit that 4. Subhajit and Atul, what I felt. मुझे लगा ये दूसरे रन के लिए वापस क्यों आ रहा है मुझे लगा ये तो लास्ट बॉल है ओवर की मुझे लगा पता ही नहीं लग रहा था कि वो चौका जा रहा है था लॉन्ग ऑफ होगा वहां पे मैंने कहा ये भाई दूसरे रन के लिए क्यों वापस आ रहा है मुझे टाइट टेस्ट नहीं चाहिए कल ही डिस्कस कर रहे थे सुजीत मेंशन की 4 रिजल्ट हो सकते हैं मैंने कहा आई कांट टेक दिस एनीमोर बिकॉज़ अगर सैनी स्ट्राइक पे होता तो कोई भरोसा नहीं था तीनों विकेट चले जाते उसी ओवर में
शार्दुल के आउट होने के बाद मुझे ऑनेस्टली लगा कि यार टाइट टेस्ट ना हो जाए
एग्जैक्टली
मुझे तो
I was actually recording myself but I won't put that video up.
Yeah. Man, Kushagra, the moment my internet just went off for some reason, I don't know, the electricity is still there, so must be something crazy. But for those 2 minutes, I just didn't want to miss this out. I was just like trying to check into YouTube somehow because the comments have been fantastic today. May it be the stats that have come on, may it be the emotions of the people that have come on. And yeah, Vishnu, यार ये कमेंट तो अभी उन पे ही छोड़ते हैं लेकिन the point being that it was an unbelievable experience and I think in 2-3 days time you will realize even more how much this game was important for everyone. This is just the raw emotions, right? Once those sink in, then the tables of the World Test Championship sink in, then everybody will come home to a hero's reception and then just fantastic what happened today.
Nathan Lyon, Masoom says, has dismissed 6 batsmen in the 90s in tests. In the scores of 1999, of course. Vijay on 99 at Adelaide in 2014. Rahul 90. Bengaluru, Pant 97 at the SCG in 2017. 2021 again in the 4th innings. Gill, he's got 91. Brisbane 2021 4th innings. I think he's got an affinity for Indians in the 90s. It's very, very painful, this affinity of Nathan Lyon and getting Indians out in the 90s. Masoom said once again.
छोड़ दिया हमने भी उसको. We also gave him a 90s. We also gave him a 90s. He remains on the 90s.
I remember people commenting, I think the Australian public commenting, यार he will get the 400 in the second test itself. He's gold.
उसने खुद ही इंटरव्यू किया था. 390 से शुरू की है उसने ये सीरीज 398 पे रह गया.
Dude, this is good.
हाँ, अच्छा सुबह just one question, मतलब honest question, नेथन लायल किस चीज का गोट है? मतलब what is he greatest of all time at?
In 2015 in the West Indies series, he went past Hugh Trumbull. So Hugh Trumbull was a Australian off spinner, a very great spinner, and he had the highest wickets, like 144 wickets, most wickets for an Australian off spinner. So the moment he went past him, Nathan Lyon became the most successful
greatest off spinner from Australia.
So that's that's the greatest of all time. So that stuck.
ना मतलब थोड़ा सा
प्रज्ञान ओझा कितने विकेट मेरे को याद नहीं आ रहे अभी बट
सॉरी किसके
प्रज्ञान ओझा I just want to know how many test wickets Pragyan Oja has for some reason.
He has like around 120 odd wickets if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think 100 120 130 wickets के आसपास.
Yeah,
unfortunately he picked a 5-4 and he never played for India. That was such a
Yeah. Arun Nair and Pragyan Oja. They must be wondering what did we do wrong, right?
Yeah, but
Nayak
Pragyan Oja, it's not so bad, right? I mean, to share your last test match with the one that it was last of Sachin's as well. No one will ever remember it for you, of course, but not a bad
Yeah.
thing.
and despite winning the man of the match, huh?
Yeah.
Well, at least he can say he went out at the top. 1.1 degrees of seam movement back into Pujara for the wicket ball from Pat Cummins after 0.3 degrees of swing away. A brute.
Yeah.
It's a good delivery. I felt Pujara got lucky with one of the decisions when Nathan Lyon's ball was hitting the leg stump
Yeah.
when he got given not out on umpire's call. And then I thought he was slightly unlucky to be given out here by Bruce Oxenford. But anyway, Pujara ends at 928 balls faced, the fifth highest for a visiting batsman in a series in Australia in which he played 4 tests or fewer. The highest belongs to him, 1258 by Pujara on the last trip. Yes, we very well remember that. Cheteshwar Pujara moves to his half century of 196 balls, his slowest in Test cricket. Yes. Siddharth
One of
again.
his most important in Test cricket.
Sorry.
One of his most important centuries in Test
Yeah,
cricket.
of course.
Half
Rishabh Pant's
century.
current batting average in Australia is 55.7, the highest for any Indian batsman to play 10 innings in Australia in Tests. Masoom says yet again, Rishabh Pant has played 7 Tests in Australia. No Indian wicketkeeper has more Test runs in the country other than him. Wow. Gill's innings will remain one of his finest. Gautam says probably the best. Gautam says as well. Let's hope, Gautam, it's the best for now, and that we've got many more from this young superstar that has emerged. I remember I mentioned, हर tour में 2003-4 से लेके हम लोग को एक superstar मिला है, and we found 2 new superstars here, bona fide superstars, maybe more than 2, because I would like to put Washington Sundar, Shardul Thakur. I'll put Mohammad Siraj, even Navdeep Saini for the guts that he showed, to come back in the second innings and bowl, even though he was bowling at 125 clicks, but he was still bowling. And of course, Gill. And then, you talk about the guts shown by Hanuma Vihari. So India have gained a lot in terms of unknown quantities from this particular series. So Pant now averages 79.5 per dismissal in the 4th innings of Tests. Only 2 players, 300 plus runs in the history of Test cricket. Mitchell of South Africa and Stallmeyer of West Indies average more in the 4th innings than Pant. Wow. I don't even know how many matches did Mitchell or Stallmeyer play. So I cannot imagine it would be a lot of matches. So Masoom once again says, Pat Cummins has now bowled 138 deliveries today. No Australian seamer since 2006 has bowled more deliveries on a day 5 of a test. By Pat Cummins की fitness is unreal. Pat Cummins can keep bowling all day. मुझे लगता है वो 45 ओवर करा सकता है एक एंड से सुरजीत.
Pat Cummins is phenomenal. I mean, if I have to, what a trier! क्या energy level है उसका, मतलब stamina, मतलब he doesn't थकता नहीं है. He keeps running all day with that kind of pace, that kind of bounce. And then what a phenomenal bowler. I mean, I think I've not seen a better Australian bowler than Pat Cummins since McGrath.
Yeah.
5 crores.
Pace, yeah. By the way, guys, India have moved to the second spot in ICC Test rankings. They have,
lovely.
they have
Ahead of
got
Australia.
they have gone ahead of Australia. They and New Zealand, they are on the same points. Both are on 118, but New Zealand probably some decimals ahead. So,
All right. So we've got England for that correction.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Atul,
number
you were
one.
saying something. I think we missed your comment.
I just said कि Pat Cummins 15.5 crores worth it.
Nice, good one. Yeah.
And उसके अगेंस्ट मार भी कौन रहा था? You तो should be happy, bro. KKR का दिन था.
Yes, it was it. No, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. There's a comment for me. There's a comment for me. Manish saying 8DK. I think now it's time to open up the Gilchrist and Pant discussion, which we were talking about. I texted Manish saying, why not just start treating Pant as they used to treat Gilchrist? Maybe try him at the top. Like it's the same way that he played.
Not in tests though. Gilchrist never opened
No,
in tests.
no, not in tests. In the one day setup, if you want to. If you want that aggressive start at the top, maybe give him that opportunity because you anyway know how he plays. It was quite similar to Gilchrist, and he can come down at number 5 and 6 and do what he did today and the last time as well. So that's something I was talking to Manish about, and maybe the Indian team could think about it.
Maybe that can happen, but I think I have a sneaky feeling that Shubman is going to stake his claim for the opening spot in ODIs as well very soon. I think Shubman and Rohit might become the ODI openers as well.
Yeah. They would.
Too many
Yeah.
options. Too many
Too many
options. Really.
options.
Exactly, Sujit,
Actually,
and Prathamesh as well.
KL is also there.
KL is
KL
there.
is there. Shikhar.
Yeah, Shikhar is there. Yeah, Shikhar is still
And
there.
let's not discount Prithvi Shaw. I mean, I know one bad tour doesn't make one doesn't make a bad player. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
मेरा जो observation है, like what Atul is saying about Pant, even when I first saw Pant, I've been a Pant fan since January 2016, the first time I saw him play for the under-19 side, and he was opening in that particular series. He was opening and he was going after the bowling, but somehow down the line मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि Pant sort of white ball cricket से ज़्यादा red ball cricket enjoy करता है.
हाँ, मुझे भी यही लगता है.
Yeah.
I get the feeling.
White ball sometimes he just becomes too late. He's like, यार मेरा मूड नहीं कर रहा मैं बैटिंग करने का, मैं बस मारते रहूंगा, अगर नहीं तो आउट हो जाएगा, ऐसा कभी-कभी फीलिंग आता है, especially in the IPL. But test matches, dude, his application, which everyone doubted last series itself. He showed why he was selected in the first place in the last series, especially at Sydney where he scored 150. And I think today and again at Sydney in the last test, he's shown why he's picked ahead of Ridhiman sir. Because of the X factor that he gives this team. ये 2 कैच छोड़ देगा, but वो 2 कैच के बदले वो इतने रन बनाएगा ना, और वो ऐसे रन बनाएगा. It's not just the amount of runs, it's the way he scores those runs. It's the way he demoralized Nathan Lyon to bowl outside off stump. It's the way that he demoralized Hazelwood and Cummins to bowl outside off stump. Yeah.
Kushagra, if we could share the post I wrote about Rishabh Pant with Subhajit at any point today, he'd probably love that. He'd probably love that.
Yeah, definitely do that. I'll ask you to send that across to Anurag so that he can share it with Subhajit there. That's a fantastic read, Subhajit. So as you were talking about you being a Rishabh Pant fan, so is Atul, massive Rishabh Pant fan. So and as Prathamesh keeps saying,
don't discount yourself, Kushagra. Yeah, don't discount yourself.
2 of the 6 highest. So in fourth innings this series, Australia have taken a wicket every 105 deliveries. That's the worst record for any Test series, home or away, since 2012. Wow.
Best bowling lineup in the world.
Michael Vaughan in this panel. He calls me Michael Vaughan.
Oh, okay. Did you
because the thing was, my prediction was a victory for Australia. It wasn't a 4-0 prediction, but it was a victory for Australia, and especially after that Adelaide Test match, I really couldn't see them coming back.
To be honest, everybody's prediction at the start of the series, except for Siddharth Rege, was a victory for Australia.
Yeah. And I don't think after that Adelaide Test match, we'll quickly go over all the comments, and then I'll come to you guys for your last words before we wrap up for the afternoon. We'll be back, guys, at 10 p.m.
Kushagra, just the last one. There's a guy on the internet who has DM'd Steve Smith on Instagram saying, "Or kar le shadow batting."
Oh God!
Ashwin's tweet, man. I mean,
Masoom says Nathan Lyon ends the series with a bowling average of 55.11. Only twice has he recorded a worse bowling average in a home series, and only twice has he done so in a Test series anywhere in the world. I completely agree. Srishti says completely agree with Prathamesh. We should have more Test match series. Yes, and we should have Border Gavaskar as a 5-match series, which we were discussing yesterday.
Yeah.
And I think I'd like to take. We'll come. Wow, there are a lot of comments I've not taken. I'll quickly breeze through these comments. Tim Payne's win percentage Australian captain is 48%, is now the lowest by any captain since Alan Border. Also, within context, if you talk about, he probably has the worst team since Alan Border as well. So, at least in terms of the batting lineup, he does because it's very, very dependent on 2 players. 2 out of the 3 players who are supposed to be the mainstays. Usme se bhi David Warner is genuinely struggling. He is struggling to the balls that are pitched up to him, and he is struggling to the balls that are bowled from around the wicket by the right-hander. Masoom, once again, Australia's 33-year unbeaten Test record at Gabba comes to an end. At one stage, India had just 1% chance of pulling off this unbelievable chase, and yet here we are, a quite remarkable victory. Yes, it is quite remarkable. I remember that was at lunch. India, they still showed India had 1% in the WASP meter that they have, WASP meter. Vishal says Australia be like kya se kya ho gaya.
Kushagra, the wasp came
Shivam?
back to bite them. The wasp came back to bite
Yeah,
them, didn't it?
Yes.
Maybe
yeah.
sting them, sting them.
Yeah,
Sting
it
them.
stung them real bad. Shivam
Yeah.
says, whatever people say, Rohit or Rahane, Virat is the best one to lead us. It's his team totally. Agree with you, Shivam. I absolutely agree with you. Varun says BCCI has announced 5 crore rupees as team bonus. Jay Shah tweeted, "Chalo, अच्छी बात है यार. The players deserve all the money
Yeah.
and the praise that they can get. I
For
I hope
the medical reasons, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think मैं वही बोलने वाला 5 करोड़ का तो हॉस्पिटल का बिल हो जाएगा इन लोगों का बेचारों का but कोई बात नहीं. Kabir says captaincy needs to be discussed but now is not the time. Team India, yeah, of course, yes, you know,
Yeah.
Kabir,
It is what it
100%.
is.
Yeah, this test series is at par with 2005 Ashes. Masoom, because it involved us, I think it goes far beyond the Ashes 2005. England still
Yeah.
had to call them up to their own home and then win the series. We've gone there twice, with
And we've won
once
it
with our
twice.
full team, once with their full team. We've defeated them twice. So let's end this debate. Who's the better team, and
Yeah.
let India not go again to Australia without being at
Mm.
least equal competitors, let alone
Kushagra,
be favourites.
Kushagra,
Yeah.
waiting for EA to relaunch cricket 2021 with the
Yeah.
scenarios being the India-Australia series. Okay, you have been
Yeah.
bruised down to 13 players. You have to select 11, play the match.
Yeah. I remember this one comment. I'm just going to tweet it a little. Copyrights will be given to Peter Drury, but put the champagne on ice. India has beaten the Aussies twice.
And
Yeah.
Kushagra, this series might make the best scenarios, like getting out at
Yeah.
36 and then saving this SCG test.
You've got a
Yeah.
left-arm spinner with a broken hand, but he might have to come out to bat to save the test match. So yeah, the Varun says this test series is better than 2005 Ashes. For us, it's above it. Masoom, as Shivam says. Masoom
Yeah.
says Sundar's dad was disappointed. Yes, I remember Harsha Bogle mentioning
Yeah.
in the commentary, disappointed that he didn't score a century. I hope he's happy. For me,
He's giving a tough
Uska
competition to Anga's dad, if you guys remember.
yeah.
Man, I'm pretty sure his dad will be like, "You didn't score the winning runs."
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Pratmesh, Suvjit, and Atul. The two abiding memories from both the innings for me. One is the no look six. The other one is
Yeah.
the beautiful flick six over fine leg. Both of them coming from Washington Sundar's bat. And वो
Yeah.
छक्का और चौका जो उसने I think Hazelwood था और it was Pat Cummins, sorry. Pat Cummins ने वो छक्का और चौका was it Hazelwood?
It was Cummins. It was Cummins.
It was Cummins, right? It was Cummins. Yeah.
He forced Cummins out of the attack.
Yeah. He hit Cummins out of the attack. You're right, absolutely right, Subhajit. And that is very, 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 very good to see. Again, I think this comment's been repeated with Masoom. We'll go Masoom. 16 games, over 1,000 runs, 2 tons overseas, 2 Border Gavaskar trophies overseas, 97 in the fourth innings, 89 in the fourth innings at the Gabba. That's Pant for us.
Yeah.
आज तो भाई पंत का दिन है. कोई
Yes.
doubt नहीं. Manish, a question to you guys. Be honest. Tell me.
Oh my God! I'm sorry.
Who
I'm sorry.
did the Ganguly celebration after the victory?
Kushagra, I had this in my head. I so wish Ganguly was there to celebrate it. Oh
I
my
did this with
God!
my jacket.
Please
I
tell
won't
me you read
exactly.
my mind here.
I think
Once
once again,
jacket. It's cold here in Delhi, so you can't.
Yeah, Saurav Ganguly has not had the best of times, and we continue to wish him all the best in his recovery and all the best of health. But मतलब दिल फूल के मतलब ऐसा ना फूला नहीं समा रहा होगी छाती उनकी गर्व से. Like he must be so proud of this team. I think in 2000 when he took over the captaincy, this must have been his dream. This was probably दादा's dream कि मेरी टीम जाया करेगी और मेरी टीम एक इंच नहीं देगी. They will fight for everything, and they've done that. Mahi, your comment, I'll
we
just
will not.
show it to a viewer if they wanna, but I'll out of
Let's not go there. Yeah.
Yeah. So Masoom says this is the first time ever India won a test series outside Asia without winning the toss in any matches, wins or draws. True. Paramita Bhattacharya says, congratulations, my team. And ma'am, I think this is the first time I'm seeing you on live. So thank you so much for joining our live session. We are very grateful for you being here. Vedant adds on, Adding salt to the burn moment of the day, gifting signed jersey to Lion expression was priceless. That's what Atul mentioned. Masoom list of Pujara's fourth innings test 50s plus scores: 72 at Bangladesh, 1082 at Delhi, 1377 at SCG, 52 versus Australia at the Gabba at 21. First player since Bradman whose fourth innings 50 plus knocks are against the same team. Wow. Wow. Asian teams winning tests in Australia: India 9, Pakistan 4, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh yet to open their accounts. Masoom says since 2010, most 50 plus scores in Australia in test: Joe Root 16, Pujara 15,
Wow.
Ian Bell 14, Cook 14, Kohli 12.
Man, I'm shocked. Joe is 16. It's incredible.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so though. Masoom once again says never ever invite the opposition to a ground. Robertson, come to Anfield, Payne, come to Gabba.
By the way, Harry Kane has also tweeted, huh? Congratulating
Yeah,
India.
Harry Kane.
Congratulating BCCI, yeah.
Yeah. Harry Kane continuously does tweet about Indian cricket. He's a massive fan.
Yeah,
I
he's a
think.
fan of Virat Kohli. Yeah, he's a huge fan of Virat Kohli.
Yeah. Rishabh Pant to Pat Cummins. Stop crying, man.
Stop crying, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
he
did
said
say
that.
that.
He said
He
that,
did
yeah.
say that.
Kushagra, that guy was singing Spider-Man, Toone Chura Mere Dil Ka Chain from behind the stumps when Payne was batting. Can you imagine? It's trending on Twitter now.
Of course. होना भी चाहिए. Everything. He sneezes. He coughs. He looks at a bird. He just winks at a doorman. Whatever. He drops his bat. He drops his gloves. Whatever. Everything needs to trend today. Masoon says Ashwin was so wrong about Tim Payne's career being over after Aus tours India. It's over after this test itself. Masoon, we'll see. Anurag just telling us Ashwin just tagged Payne in his tweet. I can't take this.
No, I'm pretty sure Tim Payne, when he goes home, is not going to open anything of his social media. Yeah, this was just incredible.
Mayank says Mr. Patel deserves a Netflix special. Right, this would be lovely, huh? Subhajit, a Netflix special on Mr. Patel rivaling the Justin Langer special on Amazon.
Yeah, definitely Mr. Patel wins it.
Patel is already a part of that cricket fever, right? He was a Mumbai.
Mumbai
Indians.
Mumbai Indians, yes.
So I think, yeah, definitely.
You know, it will be House MD ka part 2, the Indian physio.
Is anyone thinking of a draw after the first session? Actually, Vishal, I was thinking of a draw when Rohit got out. But after the end of the first session, the way Shubman was batting, I genuinely thought that this team is going to give it a shot if they don't lose too many wickets in the second session. And that's exactly what happened. And, the rest, as they say, is
history. That was the turning point, that uppercut that Shubman Gill played just lunch, I guess, right?
Lunch ke baad hi tha.
That was where I felt this team is going to win. That's what the team is going for a win. They have a plan set.
Yeah.
Following that.
Yeah. For sure. Vishal asks, we've done that. Supriyo asks, what about Rishabh Pant? Can we expect dependable wicket keeping after Australia series? I think he shouldn't be judged after the series, seeing his commitment. Supriyo, first of all, welcome to the comment section. I don't think his commitment or anything about him should be judged at all. Let's not forget when Mahendra Singh Dhoni entered the Test arena, his wicket keeping was questioned quite a lot. And वो 15 साल पुरानी ही बात है, 15-16 साल 17 साल पुरानी ही बात है when MSD made his Test debut. So you see how he improved as a keeper. The young man is still 23, and if he is going to be a keeper, though I don't entirely agree with Nick Knight when he says only consider him as a batsman, I think the very fact that he's a keeper is what makes him special. I think that is what makes him special. That is what improves and increases his utility for the Indian team. So I just hope he works on his keeping a little. I don't think it's not a major flaw है उसकी wicket keeping में. I mean, what do you think?
Like KL Rahul must be worried, right? KL Rahul must be worried कि यार white ball में must keeping batsman कर रहा था. ये मेरा slot है अभी, मेरे को keeping भी करना है.
KL Rahul is more of a player जब मैं batsman की तरह खिला दूंगा.
Yes. But the KL Rahul has multiple positions to play at. More than
he can play anywhere.
KL Rahul मेरे हिसाब से अपने career के best form में इस समय.
Yeah.
But do you guys actually see Pant keeping in the India test, like the first test in India against in Chennai? If he's keeping against Ashwin,
I don't know. Maybe
you can play both Pant and Saha.
Maybe they may play them both.
maybe I think he can be understudy to Saha for maybe another series or so before he takes up. Because that's the only thing. Because क्या होता है कि against spin bowling, I mean against pace, there is nothing. I mean Pant is pretty good. उसका catching भी ठीक है. वो एक दो catches सबसे drop होते हैं वो नहीं. But spin के against में I think he has not yet figured out कि वो जो अश्विन के variations है. फिर understanding the psyche of the bowlers, which I believe
Yeah.
Jadeja and this guy अपना Ashwin, they're very comfortable with Saha keeping because he's at the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Catches भी नहीं करते
So
ना.
that is what is important. Yeah. Pant
But we'll
needs
miss the
to-
banter. We'll miss that banter which puts pressure on the batsman. We will miss Spider-Man then.
नहीं, सुजीत मुझे honestly लगता है even if he is the understudy, ये शायद उसको सिर्फ बैट्समैन की तरह खिला देंगे.
Yeah.
You don't
हाँ,
need
नहीं.
3 fast bowlers in India.
Exactly. I mean, he is good enough to play. Even from the first test, I have been saying this. Ki, though Hanuma Vihari batted really well in Sydney, but मेरा first team का
Yeah.
जो first test team था, उसमें I had Rishabh Pant at number 6 and this guy अपना Riddhiman Saha keeping wickets.
7.
I think that can work out for India.
Yeah.
Shubman says we definitely need a documentary from the Australians about the series. Need to know the scenes in the dressing room. Yeah, man. Masum says, Ash, good evening from Gabba. I'm sorry I couldn't play here, but thanks for hosting us and playing some hard cricket during these tough times. We will remember this series forever. Pain and CA. Cricket Australia. So Anurag says, who knew Spider-Man's web will topple the Gabba fortress? Desi Spider-Man Jayo. This innings from Rishabh Pant reminded me of Ben Stokes' knock at Headingley, Justin Langer. Yeah.
Thank God he hasn't cried.
Tanmay Bhatt at Prime Video in इसका the test season 2 Indian team के साथ मांगता है.
Man,
Akshay celebrating
I hope
the win.
Tanmay Bhatt is doing the voiceover for that one.
Pawan Suresh says it was an amazing victory for Indian cricket. Indeed, as Suvajit mentioned, ranking update: India replaces Australia to become the new number 2 team in Test rankings and the ICC Test rankings. Gill had UV cans as sponsor, but the sticker fell down in the last game. Oh, all right, is that so? I think I missed that out. I'm sure if it fell down, he could have put up another sticker.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's his
So he had a
contract.
sponsor. Yeah, his contract may have ended or something of that sort.
He has a
Yeah.
fantastic relationship with Yuvraj Singh. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same state, same Ranji team. They've played together quite a lot.
Yeah.
Vishal says, again, I think this is a comment. विशाल अगेन इस हार के बाद सेशन 2 पक्का सीजन 2 पक्का प्राइम वीडियोस पे वही सब लोग बोल रहे हैं विशाल 10 wickets he took in that Sachin 200 test.
Pragyan Oja, yeah.
Pragyan Oja बेचारा यार, one from one Hyderabadi to the other he can feel his pain.
Man. One Mumbai Indians to the other.
Vishnu says, I can tell my grandkids someday that I saw an Indian cricket team this resilient, warrior-like bunch of broken, bruised players giving so much joy that the last 1 year has robbed us of. Yes,
Yeah.
and also I think collectively हम लोग की जिंदगियों से एक आध साल कम हो गया है with the nervousness that goes all around. I don't think I have any nails left in my fingers. So, what about Rishabh Pant? Studio says, can we expect a dependable? Yes, I think we've already read this comment out.
Yes.
Come on. Yeah, we've got a few more. I know, Subhajit and all of you guys need to push. I'll just try to do a quick job with this. I hope our new superstar doesn't get dropped in Australia when he comes back. Vijay superstar in Aus, then dropped in Aus. Mayank superstar in Aus, and then dropped in Aus. Now Shubman Gill. Shivam, there is a worrying trend in that sense. If you could actually add KL Rahul to that list also. He was a superstar when he debuted in Australia. Then when he went back to Australia and was dropped. So I think Shubman Gill technically in सबसे बेहतर है. मेरे हिसाब से, at least मेरी आई में, I won't put KL Rahul in that technically बेहतर है list. But the others, I would think Mayank seems to have lost a little bit of confidence. I think he just needs to work. Feel like Mayank and Shubman, I think going ahead once maybe Rohit Sharma moves on from Test cricket will be the opening pair for us because Mayank is in his mid to late 20s and Shubman of course is a young, very very youngster, very very young man. So a lot of cricket for the both of them ahead. Supriyo says, एक मजे की बात जान लो, बैक इन इंडिया तैयारी शुरू हो गई है. शुभम बेड्स प्रिया, शादी मुबारक हो. I have no idea.
Whoever is getting married, congratulations to you guys. So
yeah, if that is true. Now KKR should buy Pujara for IPL so that he can face him in the nets. and figure out his bowling closely. Pujara could help us. KKR to avoid
Collapse.
you should hire Pujara as your batting consultant, I think, KKR.
Yeah.
Cummins is not coming back then.
Cummins का मैं नहीं झेल सकता ये. Now KKR think, yeah,
Yeah, it's the
exactly.
same one.
I think our comments are getting slightly repeated here. Masoom says India's team for first 2 tests against England might be announced tonight. I think it could be announced any time now.
Yeah,
And,
I hope it's genuinely the same people. It's the
No,
same.
I don't think. I think Pratmesh will need to make a lot of changes.
Yeah, obviously, but just to mention them out because I feel they've been magnificent. Like no words.
By KD, you forgot me. I'm a massive Pant and Rohit fan. I love these Vada Pav people. I want hit India, not fit India.
I like this comment.
In that way, he says Sehwag too is love. Of course, Sehwag, oh man, what a player he was. DK 40, yeah, we are back with the
Yeah,
DK
we have
agenda.
DK agenda.
DK 47 yesterday and Pant 89 today. Top wicketkeepers performing for India. Atul and Rohit started about KKR and I had to sum it up.
Yeah.
शिवम says कोई ये बताएगा हम टॉस कब जीतेंगे. I don't know, maybe कोहली जीतेगा अब यहाँ इंडिया में, चेन्नई में. मैच वगैरह कंटिन्यूस मैच वगैरह तो हम जीत ही जाते हैं. टॉस का कुछ करो.
We need to say. I think I don't remember who it was, but they used to send a person for the toss when the captain wasn't that guy.
He has sent Ajinkya Rahane sometimes as his vice captain.
Yeah.
Bad luck चल रहा है. Mahi का बहुत अच्छा point है. The whole 25 kgs overweight comment, right, to Rishabh Pant in the second
Wonder
match.
what Wade.
Wonder what Wade did being so fit. It is true.
Yeah.
Tim Payne. Dear Ashwin, I want to come to India. Kindly help me convert Cricket Australian board. Someone actually made a Tim Payne account and did this. Love. This is the shithousery we love, guys. Guys, Ashwin is burning Australians with his tweets. People, I will curate his tweets for the night, for the evening show, that evening live session we do. Mahi with that comment, of course. Can we consider Tim Payne as a batsman because wicketkeeper में तो आप नहीं गिन सकते? Yeah, I almost started feeling bad for him towards the end.
I'm just going to keep this comment up for the entire rest of it because whoever Galti says with the voice, I want them to see this.
Shivam, just barging into your comment, can we consider Tim Payne as a batsman? Why do we ever consider Tim Payne in the first place?
हमें क्या लेना देना?
Why even CA considers Tim Payne? That's what I'm trying to say.
He's a nice bloke. Did you not hear? Justin.
I think he's got man management as well, and he's probably. Yeah. I think in the Australian cricket circles, I think he was earmarked. I remember him making his debut. Subhajit, his debut was against India only, right?
Yeah.
One day debut. Test debut.
I think test debut. I think
international debut.
I think he was in India in 2009. One day series he was opening, and his test debut was with along with Steve Smith in England.
In Bangalore.
No, it was in India. I guess I'm not sure.
No. That was in England when they played Pakistan in a test.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So after that, Payne, suffered a very serious finger injury. I mean, he was even on the verge of quitting cricket. I mean, it was very serious that it bothered him. So all the talks about Tim Payne, in this particular series, but somebody who was on the verge of retirement, he was this close from losing his spot in Tasmania, coming back and captaining Australia for 3 years. It's incredible
incredible. It is any kind of a manner which would be even remotely considered inappropriate as a captain for the Australian side. Just felt. I feel like it is a general term. I don't think any sportsman likes to lose. Especially a country as proud in their sports and especially cricket as Australia. Okay.
Personally, delete Shivan's next comment.
I am gonna, guys. India series in Australia during 60-year Congress rule, 0 during BJP, 2 back-to-back. I don't even know what to say, but yes, It is
Let's
true.
get
It is
over it,
factually
man.
correct. Factually
Let's just get
correct.
over it.
It is true. Though you can say you can.
यार नहीं यार,
I don't know
नहीं
what to
नहीं,
say यार.
इस पे डिस्कशन
क्या
ही नहीं करना है,
बोलूं?
इस
But
पे
yes,
डिस्कशन ही नहीं करना है, जान
एक
दो
बात
यार.
बिल्कुल सही है.
I'm just
The
texting
direction,
Anurag. I'm just texting Anurag on the closing down of the YouTube channel.
क्योंकि बहुत हेट इसके डिसलाइक्स आ जाएंगे अनफॉर्चुनेटली, बट ठीक है, कोई भी नहीं.
Yeah.
शिवम says personally he doesn't even get into the Hobart Hurricanes. Yeah,
ये
I mean
डार्सी शॉट है ना वहाँ पे, डार्सी
be
शॉट.
tough. Yeah, so
नहीं,
but anyway,
Wade will be the keeper. Wade will be the keeper.
no, I don't think you can make. Wade is the same player who threw away his bat a couple of years ago because he was not given his position to bat in the dressing room, right? So either he's you. I don't know if they will go with him as the permanent test keeper, and also
No, but
feel like
they
At
liked him.
Hobart Hurricanes. At Hobart Hurricanes, and not the
at
test
Hobart
team.
Hurricanes. All right.
Yeah, and
So,
Kushagra, I feel, one thing that if anyone picked up from the documentary was, Tim Payne's very well respected within the Australian setup, no matter
that's what
how
I meant.
good or whatever he is, and he was Justin Langer's first choice. So as long as Langer's there, Payne will be there no matter what happens.
You
So
know,
अगर Payne गया तो Langer भी जाएगा.
Pratmesh picking up a team from where it went down to. That's
Yeah,
what Tim Payne did brilliantly. That's
yeah,
why he'll
absolutely.
always be in the highest regards for the whole country. However, badly he captained the side this time around.
And to retain the Ashes in England was another magnificent achievement in that sense. So
Yeah.
yeah, we can give Tim Payne all the stick, but yeah, I mean, yeah, this is good
Wade
one.
and McDermott दोनों कीपर हैं Hurricanes के. And with this, I think we finished off all the comments. If there are any more
Wow.
comments in the last couple of minutes when people are winding up, I'll read them right at the end. So Vijay, just a final word from your behalf. I know we've kept you for an hour and a half, but even with a busy schedule, I don't think we would really complain, because once in a lifetime day, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, once in a lifetime day. These guys have provided us a moment. We'll cherish all our lives.
Yeah,
Probably one of the biggest days of Indian cricket, and uh, I mean, uh, you can't use the right adjectives also to define the emotions. It'll probably take us some time, because we all have been so much into we have been completely immersed into this particular test match, and it'll take us a few days to come out of it. So I've been
Yeah.
thinking of writing some post on social media, or writing some article for some websites, but I just said no. I mean, I'll just sit back, reflect. But I'll just take a deep breath.
I think we all
I'll
need
just
a lie down.
So Vajit,
yeah.
maybe take a hour or two just sit there and smile. I mean, that's the kind of day it is. Just
yeah,
sit there and smile for a hour or
Sit
two.
on your couch and just go like.
yeah,
But
yeah.
but at the end of the day, again, like your mind keeps on taking you to अभी England series आ रहा है, 4-4 हराना है उनको. So what will be the
बिल्कुल.
right combinations, and उसमें क्या करेंगे? That's what I mean, and one of the most happiest part, because I believe this particular Indian team, जिसने भी जो कुछ भी बोला होगा, या रवि शास्त्री को भी इतना मॉक किया रहेगा, I truly believe that this is probably the last 4-5 years, the team that we have had has been the best Indian side.
Yeah.
Batting wise, we had some issues, because our batsmen were not contributing well overseas. But now you see, we see a different Pujara. We see Rahane come out and scoring that 100 in Melbourne. We getting Rohit Sharma is looking like a very different opener. Shubman Gill is there again. Prithvi Shaw, Mayank Agarwal. All these are. I mean, अभी see, if पहले क्या होता था कि एक बैट्समैन हम उसके बारे में बात करते थे, अच्छा इस बैट्समैन ने इस जगह पे एक सेंचुरी मार दिया है, तो इसको यहाँ पे खिलाना चाहिए. नाउ एक या दो खराब इनिंग्स है, and we are discussing Mayank. I mean, even before today, Mayank Agarwal. Now we don't know whether he will be playing the next test or not. But that guy, after 14 or 15 tests, still averages over 45 in tests. So that's the great part
That's
about
what
this
I'm
team.
saying.
Yeah.
Like, and absolutely 100% agree with you, Subhajit. Also, Mayank Agarwal is a player we should not sleep on.
Sorry, Kushagra. Oh, Tim Payne has changed himself to
Oh, God.
Michael Vaughan.
People,
Man.
I love this. You think, bhai, tu dekh raha hai? Are you looking at the dedication, Pratmesh? भाई ने जाके अकाउंट बनाया माइकल वॉन के नाम का.
No, it's
He
a
just
Tin Pin
came the
account, नाम change कर
उसने
दिया.
टिम पिन अकाउंट का नाम चेंज कर दिया. You can see the T in there with the picture.
I
Man,
think
this
I
is
think I think
incredible.
they will be on a Zoom call trying to drown their sorrows
Yeah.
maybe.
And Bruno Fernandes was there on Sound of Manchester a few days back,
Yeah.
and now we
So
have Tim
Pratmesh,
Payne and
as Subhajit was mentioning, your final word on this particular series, as we look forward to the
I
England
don't
tour.
care anymore what people think. We've got Pant, Rishabh Pant. I just don't think you understand. Hit you for a six. We'll babysit your kids. We've got Rishabh Pant.
Indeed, we have. And like, I mean, I don't think you need to say anything. Even Varun is in the comments laughing, which is fantastic, guys. So, Atul, before I come to you, there's just three more comments. I'll just read them off and then come to you. Uh, Shivam says, just to finish it off, बहुत बेइज्जती हो गई ऑस्ट्रेलिया की. Marnus and Cummins deserve appreciation. They made this series a bit competitive. A bit, my friend, it was very competitive, and all
Yeah.
credit to the Australian team. We discussed this yesterday as well. They played some good cricket. Felt jahan pe they had to go for the throat of the Indian team, they couldn't, and that ultimately was the difference. And also
Yeah.
this Indian team, their nerves are made of ice and steel, whatever you want to call it.
Kushagar, can I take this one from Shivam? If you can flash on the next comment, it will be brilliant. I would like to talk about it. First of all, Manas and comments brilliant throughout the tour. And I don't think Hazelwood wasn't up to the mark. He was one of the best bowlers of the series, I feel,
अब
for the
फाइबर लिया
Australians.
50 innings में.
And in the Adelaide 36 inning, he was the one who took a fifer again. Hazelwood was the only one, as we mentioned. Mostly he was the only one who tried to get the wicket and not injure the man. He did that today, but apart from that, he held his line, like that off stump line I always talk about, the fourth channel. Pat Cummins used to like variate a bit, but that's the trademark Josh Hazelwood we know. And Steve Smith, okay, he showed us what he can do in the third and fourth test. So I think वो पहले दो टेस्ट का तो इवन वो भी माफ कर देंगे because they won one of it. But then again last two, तो वो पूरा टीम एफर्ट था जो कि उतना अप टू द मार्क नहीं था, just to say the least.
Yeah, agreed. Varun also says, cheers everyone, on to the England series soon. Upwards and onwards, time to claim a number one spot back in Test cricket in the next series and also play the World Test Championship finale at Lords.
Yeah. बारिश ना हो बस
Two
वहाँ
more
पे.
wins for the World Test Championship finals. I think it was two, wasn't it? It
is-
was two.
it is three.
After India. But yeah, fine.
it is-
Maybe I'm not
yeah.
entirely sure. Varun laughing along with you, Pratmesh, with your chant there.
Yeah.
Mahi says, finally we can say Team India is not just about Virat Kohli. Yes, it is. It
never
really
has
isn't about Virat Kohli. It really isn't about
Yeah.
any individual for that matter.
Yeah.
It's a team, and that's what should remain. Shivam says, I think Hazelwood performed below expectations at Atul. Okay, fine. I
Yeah.
mean, we all can have differing opinions. I felt Hazelwood was a very, very, very good addition for the Australian series, for the Australian team. And with this, we'll call it an afternoon here. Thank you so much once again to Subhajit and of course Pratmesh and Atul. There are last two comments there. Mohammad Shami, Rishabh Pant की बैटिंग बहुत अच्छा लगा. Okay. So Shamim says कि ऋषभ पंत की बैटिंग बहुत अच्छा लगी. Thank you, Shamim. Thank you for joining this live session. Pranav also says, great live session, boys. Nice banter all along. Thank you so much, Pranav. And do join us at 10 p.m. We'll be dissecting a little bit more of this particular series. Till then, do keep it locked to the Sports Join. It has been one for the ages. What a beautiful test series. Well done to the Indian team. We absolutely love and adore you. Thank you so much for doing this for us. And as Sulak says in the end, India. Keep it locked to the Sports Join. We'll see you soon.
Bye.